I recently had a patron ask if I could make a sphere from walnut. And I said, sure, I got lots of walnut sitting around. Unfortunately, I don't have a saw other than the handsaw to cut it. So it was kind of tedious and time consuming to cut this wood. I was just using the handsaw. Maybe I'll have a bandsaw someday. So I wanted to make it about 8 or 9 inches, so I cut them about 9.5 inches square. And I grabbed some scrap pieces that I had lying around. Basically cut them in half. Sanded the faces flat on the walnut. The smaller scraps were already planed and finished. So I glued it up into a cube. Unfortunately, when I clamped it up, the pressure of the glue squeezing out pushed apart my two halves of the smaller pieces of wood, leaving a little gap. That's not too big a deal. So I mounted it on the lathe, worked on making it circular. Such pretty wood. So I had a cardboard template that was going to give me my size. It was very tedious to do this because I kept having to stop to compare the wood to the cardboard template. Once I had it close, I sanded it. Cut off the little nubs on the end with a saw and a chisel. Then I sanded it smooth. Finished it with spray lacquer. I wanted a base to mount it on. I had a scrap of oak sitting around. So I made sort of a little egg cup-like thing. I also finished that with spray lacquer. It turned out pretty nice, I think. Thanks for watching. See you next time in Cammy's Garage.